All right, here's our warm-up question. Super easy. You should get 100% correct. Label the transformation as a translation, reflection, rotation, or dilation, which is what our next unit is all about. You're going to love it. Super easy. Okay, just go ahead and write it on your warm-up page. How about I'll call on you, okay? Just write it down where you put your warm-ups. Okay, so Yeji already took A first. Jenny, do B. Austin, do C. Adriana, do D. Helaman, do E. And Taha, do F. E is a reflection, yes. B is not a reflection. D is a rotation, yeah? Let's just pick one. C is a translation, yeah? F is a dilation, yeah? And what's B? Oh, they're all transformations. Transformation is just the title. They're all transformations. Pick one of the four. Yeah, it's a rotation, 180-degree rotation. All right, very good. So, in your notes, a transformation. It's a change in the position, shape, or size of a geometric figure. Now, three of the ones we're going to learn about, three of the ones are just going to be a change in the position. So for three of them, they're called congruence transformations. We're not going to change the shape or the size. But for one of them, we are going to change the shape and the size. Which one do you think is the one where we choose change, size, and shape? Yes, dilation. The other three, when we perform the transformation, the image, the thing we come up with, is going to be congruent to the pre-image. All right, so let's look at each one of these. What is this? Ooh. A reflection. All right, let's look at this one. Ooh, what's that one? Dilation. Let's look at this one. Whoa! A rotation. You can't keep up. And this one, watch, be careful or you'll miss it. And it's gone. Translation, yes, okay. So, each of the four ones that we're going to study have a geometry word, and then they have like a slang word. What's another word for translation? Slide, there you go. Slide. There we go. What's another word for reflection? You got it, Austin. Flip. What about rotation? Oh man, Austin is on it. Rotation. Turn. And dilation. It's not always bigger. No, it's not always bigger. What word do you think is behind that gray square rounded corner rectangle thing? But size isn't a verb. These are all verbs. Grow means it gets bigger. I guess size could be a verb. You size up and size down. Change, shrink. You almost had it on size. You almost had it. It's resize. So I guess size is a verb. Resize is the word I had. Ha! Okay. Today, we're going to look only, zoom in, we're going to zoom in and do translations. It'll be a super short lesson. Okay, this is good vocab on this page. The original figure is called the pre-image. The resulting figure is called the image. So like when you look in the mirror, you are the pre-image, and what you see in the mirror is your image. Okay, so the image is always the one that's not the real thing. You got the real thing, the pre-image, and then you've got the image. So when you see an arrow, that is going to mean transformation. I know in congruent triangle proofs it meant then, but it means transformation. And when we transform a figure, we call it that figure prime. So A gets transformed and it becomes A prime. B becomes P prime. B prime. Kind of like Optimus Prime, right? Any questions about this? So these little markings right here mean prime. And that's to indicate that that's not, transforms, that that's not the original. It's not the original. Okay. So here's the definition of a translation. A translation or slide is a transformation in which all the points move the same distance in the same direction. You can't move some of your points by one rule and some of your points by another rule. They all go the same distance, the same direction. This is called a rule. The rule tells us how far to go and where to go. We're always going to be adjusting the x-axis, which would move it left, right, and then the y-axis, which would move it up, down. Okay. So let's practice taking this triangle and translating it 5 units right and 4 units up. Now, if you're given a graph, you can do this on a graph. That's really easy. You almost deal with it kind of like slope. You go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you would call it A prime. But sometimes we're going to ask you to translate things, and we're not going to give you a graph. So you're going to need to know how to translate the coordinates. So 5 units right. What does that mean? Does that affect the x or the y? And how does it affect the x or the y? Add. X makes it increase. Add x plus 5. Good. Good job, everyone. Sorry. I got the sneezes. Okay. So we take this column and we add 5 to it. So negative 5 plus 5 gets a 0. Negative 7 plus 5, negative 2, and 2 plus 5, 7. So we take all of our x values and we add 5. Going to the right means add 5. Thank you. Okay, what about 4 up? What about 4 up? What does that mean? Yeah, so we take our y values and we do y plus 4. So that becomes 6, 1, negative 1. Okay, so there's two, like I said, you can use the graph or you can use the numbers. It's totally up to you. So B prime is -2, 1. And C prime is 7, -1. So there's our triangle, translated 5 right and 4 up. Okay? And now we need to write the rule. This is probably the most important part of the whole thing. What is the rule? XY becomes, yeah, y'all wrote it. Jenny and Albert, y'all wrote it. It becomes, and I don't have enough room to write here, x plus 5, y plus 4. That is the rule. And that's the most important part of the whole slide. Okay, we're going to move on. Yeah, it is. It's easy, totally. Okay, hi, Mr. Frog. Mr. Frog has been translated. Find the rule for his translation. Frogs. Don't you like how he stares at the fly for a little bit and then finally he sticks his tongue out to get it? George, can you do this one? Can you tell me the rule? Can you count? It's a lot of counting. What is the rule to get from this frog to this frog? What happened to the X? What happened to the Y? What? What's the rule, George? I think it's 9, though. I think it is x plus 9. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. Okay, so you were close. It's hard to tell on that coordinate plane. X plus 9, y minus 9. That's the answer to that. Yeah, I know. It's hard to count through his leg, so I had to go down to the axis to count. And on your screen, the contrast is not very good, so it's hard to see those lines. Okay. Describe each translation as a change in coordinates. Brandon, do number 3. Hussein, do number 4. Quan, do number 6. I don't know where number 5 went. Weird. Oh, man. So, Brandon, Hussein, and Quan. Ready when you are. Perfect, Brandon. Quan, yep. Oh, and Hussein, you working? Yeah, you're working on it. Very good. I didn't trick you by putting the y one first. Good. X minus 6, y plus 8. So in summary, when you're going left, right, that affects the x-axis, and left is negative and right is positive. And when you're going down, up, just to make sure we're all on the same page, that affects the y, and that's negative and positive. Easy, too easy, move on. Yes, okay. Now, we translated for you, and here we go starting with example 5, who knows. We translated for you, and you write it in words. Minjung, you've got 5. Carson, you've got 6. And Tahani, you've got 7. Johnny, left 2, down 1. Perfect. Left 2, down 1. What do we got? Carson, right 3, up 1. Yes. And Minjung, left 5 and up 4. Yep. Okay. It's really hard to make translations K-level. It's hard to make this stuff harder, you know? Yeah, I know. This is actually our last slide of the day. This is too easy. Why we do this? Because it's in our curriculum, Austin. All right, so Albert, you have 8. Yeji, you have 9. And Jenny, you have 10. Probably. I'm sorry. Okay, Albert. Oh, which one did I give you? The first one. Good job. Okay. Right 3, down 5. Very good. Right. Right 9 and up 3. Good. Right 6 and up 15. See, I made it a tiny bit harder, didn't I? Wasn't that a tiny bit harder? I tried. I tried. Okay, that's the best I could do. All right. So we are done for the day. You may work on your